Hello students. So yesterday we were talking about that of the potential energy. We discussed that what is a potential energy and what is the formula by which we can derive the potential energy, students. So we studied that to find the potential energy of an object that will be equals to the mass of the body into acceleration due to gravity, because if we are lifting an object from one position to the other position, that is against the force of gravity, then the acceleration which is acting on the body is due to that of the gravity. So we will say that we will take the acceleration due to gravity, which is represented by g into the vertical distance traveled by the object. So vertical distance, we consider them as a height. Okay, so we will take it that mgh. Okay, so this one is the formula for calculating the potential energy, and we had discussed with the help of that of the numericals also, students. So in some of the numerical we had taken the equation of motion, and on that basis we find the height, we find that of the mass also after that, and finally potential energy is found with the help of this formula. Okay, so if height is not there, then we can find it with the help of equation of motion, and finally we can put the value. It totally depends upon the type of a question also, student. If the question is like that, in which the velocity and that of the acceleration due to gravity and the initial velocity, final velocity, or time is given or height is given, on that basis, if suppose we have to find any of the value, we can find it with the help of that. And finally, when we get all the three values, then we will put the value here and find the value of the potential energy also. Okay. Now today we will talk about another topic, student, at the next topic, that is power. Okay. When we say power, student, what is the meaning of power? Power means that if suppose I say that this man is very powerful, or young people are powerful than that of the old man. What does that mean? It means that the old man takes more time to do the work, the same amount of work, rather than that of a young man. Okay, so when we categorize a person in a powerful or not, we say that the rate of doing work, in how many times the person is able to complete the work, that determine that how the powerful the person is. Okay, so in physics also we understand power in the same term. So physics, it says that power is what? It is the rate of doing work. Means how much time an object takes to complete a work, that defines its power. Okay, so on that basis we can define the power, that is power is equals to the rate of doing work. Okay, rate of doing work, it means how much time you are taking. That is what, student, rate. Whenever we say rate, here we are talking about the time taken. So time taken to complete an amount of a work, that determines the power of the object. More powerful will be the object, it will take very less time to complete the same amount of a work. Less powerful will be the object, it will take more time to complete the same amount of a work. Okay, so power is what? It is the rate of doing work. So rate of doing work makes, if it is less, then we will say rate of doing work is less, then more power is there, or more powerful will be the person or the object. And if more, it means rate of doing work will be more, then it will be the more power, it will be the less powerful will be the person, students. Okay, so we can understand the rate of doing work in such a way, students, that is the rate of doing work, it explains about the power. Okay, so rate of doing work, it means it is talking about the work done how much work is completed in a particular time. It means work done upon time taken. Right? This is what? This is the rate of doing the work. Okay? So, work done upon the time taken. Okay? Or we can say work per unit time. Okay? So, if it will take less time to complete the work done, more powerful with the person, or if it will take the more time, then the less powerful with the person. So, basically we can define the power, that is the work done upon time taken. Now, we can write it in a symbol also. It is the power, students. I have written here P. So, before that we can write it like this. That is power. Okay. Now, when we write it in a symbol, P is equals to work done, we represent it by W upon T. Okay, so this is the formula of that of the power. Okay, work done upon time taken. Now you see, student, here it is work done, it means how much time it takes to complete the work. Now, work is done here, work is going on here, and for completion of the work, it should be done. Energy is consumed. You know that energy is supplied to an object. Energy is consumed by the object to complete a work. So work is done here. So we can say that if a work is done, it means this much amount of energy is also consumed by the object to complete in a particular time to complete the work done. So we can say that instead of that of the work done, we can write it that either we can define the power, that is how much time it is taken to complete the work, or how much time it will take to consume the energy. Okay, same thing. The amount of energy you will consume, the amount of work done you will do. So work done is equals to that of the energy consumed. So if suppose we take power in respect of that of the energy, student, instead of that of the work, so we can write it, that is power is equals to energy consumed upon time taken, or power is equals to E upon T. So either you can write it power is equals to energy consumed per unit time, or you can write it power is equals to work done per unit time. Both are the formula to find the value of the power. You can take it in the respect of the energy or in the respect of the work. Both are the same thing, student. Okay, so less time is needed to consume the energy. That is also says that it is more power, or we can say less time it will take to complete the work done will also indicate that object is having a lot of power in it. Okay, so these two are the that of the formula to find the power. If energy is given, you will use this value, this formula, and if work done is given, then you will use this formula. Now, what we have taken here, student, we were talking about that of the energy and that of the work done, right? And we know that what kind of a quantity is that of the work and that of the energy. So we know that this physical quantity, these two physical quantity is a scalar quantity. Okay, so we can say that since work done and that of the energy consumed, it is what? It is a scalar quantity. On that basis, the power is also a scalar quantity. So we can say that power is a scalar quantity. Okay, so like that of the work done or that of the energy, power is also a scalar quantity, students. Now we talk about the formula, we talk about what kind of a quantity it is. Now we will talk about that what is the unit of the power, students. Okay, so you can see the formula, that is energy consumed upon time taken or work done upon time taken. On that basis, we can find the unit of the power. So, SI unit of power. What is the SI unit of the power, student? You see here, energy upon time or work done upon time, energy as well as that of the work, both is having the same unit, and that we represent it by joule. So we will say unit of power, that is power is equals to joule upon time is there in both the cases. So time, the SI unit of time is second. So we will write here second. Okay, so we can say that power is equals to joule per second. And this joule per second is the SI unit of the power, and we represent that of the power in respect to the joule per second, that is watt. So the unit to represent the power is the watt. Okay, SI unit is joule per second, and we represent that of the power into watt. So we can say that joule per second or 1 watt. Okay. So by this you can see here, student, power is represented by watt. The abbreviated word, the short form of the watt that we take is W only. So W is equals to joule, that is the SI unit of the work, upon time taken, that is the SI unit of second. Okay, so this is the unit to find unit of that of the power. We represent the power in a unit of watt, that is W, and joule per second is the SI unit of the power. So by this we are able to tell that the SI unit of that of the power is watt, student, and we represent 1 watt will be equals to 1 joule per second. So we represent power by that of the watt. This is the SI unit of the power, and that will be equals to joule per second. Okay, so by this we can define the 1 watt, student. So 1 watt is the power of a 1 watt of an appliance tells that work appliance tells that 1 joule of work done per second or in 1 second. Okay, in 1 second. Okay, so 1 watt of an appliance, it explains that 1 joule of a work is done per second, okay, or in 1 second. Okay, so 1 joule of work is done in 1 second, it determines or defines that of the 1 watt. Instead of that, if suppose we take it or we understand it in terms of that of the energy, student, so in place of that of the work done, we can write that this 1 joule of energy, 1 joule of energy is consumed in 1 second or per 1 second. Okay, so that is what it is in terms of the energy, that is 1 joule of energy is consumed in 1 second or per unit second. Okay, and here it is 1 joule of work is done in per unit second or in 1 second. That defines that of the watt. Okay, students. Now, when we talk about the watt, student, or power plays a very important role in that of the electrical energy, because you see the use of the power is very much in the electrical energy. So we say that watt is equals to joule per second. If suppose we talk about the watt, student, if we say that an electric bulb is there and the electric bulb is of 60 watt. Okay, so what does that indicate? It indicates this electric bulb which is having the power, it consumes 60 joule per unit time. So it consumes the electrical energy at the rate of 60 joule per unit time. Okay, that is what it is, the 60 that will explain the 60 watt of the electrical appliances. So anything, if suppose we talk an appliances of a 110 watt, it means that this appliance which is having the power of a 110 watt will consumes the electrical energy at the rate of a 110 joule per unit time. Okay, per unit second or per unit time. That will determine that it is of the power of this appliance is 110 watt. So power, it plays a very important role in that of the electrical energy, students. So by this, student, we can say that see here, this is a 60 watt, another appliance is of a 110 watt. So by this we can say that different appliances, they are having different power, and the power, it explain about their consumption of the energy. More power of an appliance, if appliance is having more power, student, then what we will say that it will consume more energy. So more energy consumed. Okay, or we will say that more work will be done by that of the appliance. Okay, so the electrical energy consumption, or the consumption of that of the electrical energy, depend upon the power of the appliances. Okay, different power of the appliances, they consume the different electrical energy. If it is having less power, it will consume the less energy will be consumed by that particular appliance. Okay, now if we see the power, students, so power, the term power, the SI unit of that of the power is watt. So this name watt is basically named after a inventor, a Scottish inventor, and who was also a designer and that of the engineer, is James Watt. So after his name, this power has unit of the power has been given as watt. So he was famous for improving the design of that of the steam engine, and the steam engine is basically talking about that of the power, student. So for that purpose only, his name watt has been given as the SI unit of the power. Okay, so Watt, James Watt is the surname of that of the James Watt is used as a SI unit of that of power, student. Okay, so we discussed that more power of an appliance will be there, it will consume more energy also. Now, to represent the power, there are some larger unit also, student, like kilowatt or megawatt is there, and one more thing is there, that is horsepower. Okay, so horsepower, basically it is used long back ago, student. So you see here, to represent that of the watt, 1 kilowatt, it is the larger unit. So 1 kilowatt is equals to that of 1,000 watt. Okay, 1 kilowatt, kilo is there, you know that kilo we represent in 1000 only. So 1 kilowatt will be equals to that of the 1000 watt. Now, if we talk about that of a megawatt, so megawatt, 1 megawatt will be equals to 10 the power 6 watt. Okay, 10 the power 6, it means, okay, so it will be equals to 10 the power 6 watt, student. So 1 kilowatt, it will be 1000 watt, and 1 megawatt will be 10 the power 6 watt. There is another term for that of the to measure that of the watt, student, and that is a horsepower. Okay, so this horsepower term, it was used long back ago when the steam engine was first replaced by the horses as a source of power. You know that horses, they are considered as a powerful animals, so they were as a source of a power, we use the term for it, that is a horsepower. These days, students, instead of using the horsepower, we use the another term, and that is a brake horsepower. Brake horsepower is also equal to that of the horsepower, but we use the term for it, that is brake horsepower. Now you see the student, horsepower, so 1 watt, 1 horsepower. 1 horsepower is equals to 746 watt. Okay, so 1 horsepower, that will be equals to 746 watt. We represent horsepower in a short term, student, and that is 1 HP. Okay, so 1 HP, that will be equals to 746 watt. Okay, so whenever the question is in the horsepower, at first you can convert it in the that of the watt, and after that you can find the value of the power. Or if the question is in a kilowatt, so you have to convert it into watt, and finally you will get the answer. The reverse can also occur. If it is in a watt and you have to get the answer in kilowatt, you can convert it by dividing it by 1000. Same thing you can do with the watt to that of the horsepower. Okay, so these are some of the units of that of the larger unit or the smaller unit for that of the power, student. So now we will see some of the numericals which is based on that of the power, student. We know the formula power, that is work done upon time taken or work done per unit time or energy consumed per unit time. So you see here, student, the question is, a body does a 20 joule of a work in 5 seconds. What is the power? Here it is written W. Don't get confused with the W, student. Instead of that, I will write here of work. Okay, so a body does 20 joule of a work in 5 seconds. What is its power? So what are the things which is given here, student? So given is 20 joule is there, so that is what? That is the W, so W will be 20 joule, and another thing is given, that is time, which is equal to 5 seconds. Okay, so it is very easy to find it. All the two things is given to find the value of the power. So we know that power is equals to W upon T. Write the formula first. Okay, then we will put the value on this formula. Work done is 20 upon time taken is 5 seconds. Okay, so simply you will cut it. What you will get? 4. 4 watt. So you can write it 4 watt or 4 watt. Okay, so how much work it has to done by that of the body so that it will complete the 20 joule in 5 seconds. That is equals to 4 watt. Okay. Now we will see the next question, student. The next question is that what is the power of a pump which take 10 seconds, this is 10 seconds, to lift 100 kg of water to a water tank situated at a height of 20 meter. Now understand the question. Question is that we have to find the power of a pump, a motor pump, okay, which have to lift 100 kg of water to a water tank which is situated at a height of 20 meter in a second of 10 seconds. Okay, so what is the role of this pump is to carry the water from the ground, from the underground to that of a heighted portion. So for doing so, you know that it need energy, it have to do work. So work will be done by that of the pump to carry the water from the underground to that of the height of 20 meter where the water tank is kept. So we have studied, student, that when we change the position, work is done, and that work done will be equals to, because this work which is done by that of the pump is against the force of gravity, student, because here it is carrying the water from the ground to a height. So this one, a force will act on it, and that is the force of gravity. So work is done against the force of gravity. So by this, you know the formula to find the work done against the gravity, that is work done is equals to M into G into H. Okay, that is what it is, a energy, potential energy, work done or potential energy. So we are here finding with the help of a work done. If you will write the potential energy also, that is also correct. Okay, so first of all, we will see what are the things which is given here, students. You see that mass is given. Mass is 100 kg. Then time is given. Time is 10 seconds. and to a water tank situated at a height. So height is given, that is 20 meter, and another thing is given, that is G, student, which is acceleration due to gravity. So we will write here G is equals to 10 meter per second square, and what we have to find here, we have to find the power. Okay, so all these things are given, including the mass, time, that of the height, and the acceleration due to gravity. So you see, student, first of all, what we have to find? We have to find the work done by that of the motor pump to carry the water from a place, from that of the underground, to a height of a 20 meter where the water tank is kept. Now you see here, student, for that I told you the formula, the work done is against the force of gravity. So W is equal to M into G into H, or W will be equals to mass. Now what is the mass here? That is 100 kg. So we will write here 100 kg W will be equals to 100 kg into acceleration due to gravity, that is 10. Okay, into height is given, that is 20. Right? So what will be the work done here? It will be 0, 0, 0 and 0. So that will be 20,000 joule. Right, students? Because we have taken the work as a MGH. When we put the value, we get, that is 20,000 joule will be the answer for that of the work done. So work done, it will be equals to 20,000 joule. Now with the help of this work only, we have to find the power also. Okay, so how much power has been applied by that of the pump, or we can say how much energy is consumed by that of the pump, that we have to find the student. So work done, we are knowing it, time we are knowing it. Now with the help of the formula, we are able to find the value of this power. So you see, student, power, it will be equals to work done upon time taken. Okay, so work done is here 20,000 joule upon. What is the time here, student? That is 10 seconds. So this 10, this 0 will cancel each other, and it will be 2000 joule per second. That is power. Okay, so power, it will be equals to 2000 joule per second, and we know that the joule per second is represented by the SI unit of power, that is watt. So 2000 watt. Okay, so how much power the pump has to take to carry the 1000 kg of that of a water to that of a height of a 20 meter, that is equals to 2000 watt. Okay, so here the work is not given, so first of all we have to find the work, and on that basis we are able to find the power of the pump also, students. Now in this question only, you see the answer is that power is equal to 2000 watt. So if suppose we have to convert this into, or we have to make it in a simple unit, so what we can do, we will convert it into kilowatt, because a student, for the knowing the power of the pump or that of the electricity bill, we use the term kilowatt instead of the watt, because watt will be a very small unit. Okay, so we can represent also, you can understand it that this answer is also correct, that is 2000 watt, and we can convert the watt into kilowatt also. You know that 1 kilowatt is equals to 1000 watt. You see here, student, 1 kilowatt is equals to 1000 watt, or 1000 is equals to 1 kilowatt. So if suppose we have to convert it into kilowatt, so that will be equals to 2000 upon 1000 kilowatt. Okay, and that will be equals to 2 kilowatt. So answer, it may be 2000 watt, or we can say 2 kilowatt. So whenever the question is given in that of the kilowatt also, student, because here we have converted the watt into kilowatt. If the question is like that the power of an object is this kilowatt or x kilowatt or 2 kilowatt or 3 kilowatt. So at first you have to convert it into watt, then you have to find the value either of the work or that of the energy, whatever is asked in the question. Okay, and as well as if suppose the power it comes in a thousand or in a big number. Okay, so we can convert the unit into a that of the large unit, that is kilowatt, which will gives a small value. You see here the value 2000 is more than that of a 2. Okay, so if we use the larger unit, it will makes the value small. Okay, although both of them is correct, either you can use that of the 2000 watt or that of the 2 kilowatt. Both the answer is correct. Okay, students. So 1 kilowatt is equals to 1000 watt, and then we can convert it into kilowatt again.